So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ernst.
Thank y'all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the best comedian in my price range. There you go. You know where you are, you know what you paid. So, exactly. I am doing a taping on a Tuesday night. My career is on fire. Thank you. I'll be at the IHOP in Venice tomorrow night. So. I'm kidding you, it is good to be here, but I've been doing this a long time, and I have never touched political, social issues or anything, but I have to open the show this way. There's one thing dividing our country. You know what's going on. They have a cult following. They try to get back at people. And ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift must be stopped. Okay, I saw y'all pucker up for that one right there. And that's as smart as I get. Like I told you, this is not going to be your smart part of the show. I'm from Georgia. See, they just wandered into the state. And, well, like I said, I am not the brightest bulb on the tree. I was homeschooled. I graduated when I was 7. My mama just said, we taught you all we know. But my mama was bipolar, she was bipolar, so I had a substitute several days. Okay, thank you. Thank you for getting it over here. You're just gonna stare, sir. I can see that. You are looking at me like an Amish guy at Best Buy right now. But I did get a college football scholarship. I went to the University of Phoenix. Okay, good, nothing there. You know, the Fighting Mice. I did, I played right click. So, I was all Bluetooth my senior season, but that's what I'm saying. It is not going to be a smart show. I mean, you guys know, go up I-75, cross the Georgia state line. The minute you do, what happens? You get pulled over. That's exactly right. That's right. They think you're trying to smuggle in educational material. But you have nothing to worry about. Do not worry, because they cannot prove it. Yeah, come on, y'all. Our state motto is thank God for Alabama. So, but as I say, I have done this. This job will be my 40th anniversary in comedy. I have done this for 40 years. And when you do that, your show kind of changes because people always are asking you questions and they're giving you the whole, you took a risk in your life and how did you do it? Listen, I have no bad backstory. I had a great job. Everything was really good. I went to some open mic nights for a few years. I fell in love with it. And one day I really did. I went into my boss and I decided I was going to do this. So I resigned my day job and my boss said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to be a comedian. And he laughed. And I said, that'll be $100 place. But you also have to understand that along with taking a risk in your life comes the fact that the bills still come in. All right? And everybody gets them. I mean, I can promise you, I'm not unlike you. Florida Power and Light has never sent me a bill that said, Dear Al, you were really funny this month. It's on us. We get the same as you do. They want they want the money. So you got to find a way to make it happen. And when I was starting in the early 1990s living in Atlanta, the best paying jobs for brand new comedians, believe it or not, were in strip clubs, gentlemen's clubs. See, some of you moan and some of you really, Listen, as the talent, I can tell you that is the dumbest idea ever. Oh, you do not want to be introduced by the DJ as the girls will be taking a break. But the one thing Atlanta had that no one else had was we were the first of the LED billboards. Now they're everywhere. This particular gentleman's establishment bought an ad, and I said, the very least, I'm going to get to see my name in lights as I am going into big city. So I am on the interstate, and the big sign lights up, and it says, 30 beautiful women, totally nude comedian. No, I went to the owner of the club and said, your little punctuation error is going to put your big ass out of business, because naked, I look like the letter Q. All right, good. You're not, the big Q, ma'am, the big. Right, there you go, not the little squiggly. See, now thank you ladies for laughing, because here is what happens. Men will get that joke. I'll give you the inside report. Fat, skinny, tall, short. You get that joke immediately, you will laugh. Ladies, you will get the joke, but a lot of times you won't laugh out loud. You'll give me that little inside, that little hee, hee. And that is because you don't understand big men. You don't get us. You think because we're big, we're not interested. And that is just not damn true. I love women. But I love ham too. And when I knew I was going to be a big guy and this was not going to get a lot of activity, I said, I'll build it an awning. I'll build it. I like to call it my outdoor recreation area. I take a deep breath and it has a retractable roof. When it's cold, it lives in a cul-de-sac. Hey, but ma'am, when I need it, it's like a turkey timer. Just boop, just pops out. Just preheat and boom, there you go. And I can tell you, the older I'm getting, the longer it's taking to preheat. That's for sure. And that's what I mean. I make no distinction. I am 63 years old. I own it. I've been big my entire life. When you're big, I only wanted to meet that one special person. That's all I wanted, with two qualities: a good sense of humor and large breasts. That's all I wanted. And then I realized I was that person. But it did save me a lot of money, though. But no, I mean, and I have been big, but I have determined that at the age of 60 years old, and some of you youngsters out there, listen to me, I will be your Yoda this evening, all right? I don't care how healthy you are, 60 is the magic year. The dominoes begin to fall. So, right? Tell me that ain't true. And so I went to the doctor. First thing was the heart. And they said, oh, Al, you're big. You probably have clogged arteries. Turned out I have an electrical problem, not a plumbing problem. And I said, that is easy. You got USB ports. Let's just knock one through. And he goes, no, Al. He says, you have a thing called AFib. And I said, I don't know what that means. He goes, it means your heart does not beat in rhythm. And I said, of course, I'm a white guy. And he said, well, Al, but we have to figure out why it is not beating in rhythm. So we have to do a test on you that is called a heart catheter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know what catheter is, but I did not know how it related to the heart. But a lot of you probably have been through these procedures, right? They send you to the hospital at 4:30 in the morning. You sign an iPad that says you won't sue them if they kill you, right? Right? Okay. Then they put you in the procedure room, and the cardiac nurse, first thing, looks at me and goes, Mr. Ernst, drop your pants. And I said, well, ma'am, I have not read the manual recently, but I think the heart is up here. And she said to me, she goes, well, Mr. Ernst, you don't understand. In order to do this test, we have to go through the femoral arteries, and the femoral arteries are in this particular region, and we are going to have to groom you. Now, let me divert just a moment, all right? Give you my theory. I believe that men do not lose hair. I believe that hair just relocates. Okay? I think it gets bored being on top of your head, and it has a vast area to visit. And so it goes and visits, and when it is time to retire, the hair goes, we want to go somewhere peaceful. Somewhere that does not get a lot of activity. And let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, if hair was my migration, this would be the Villages. So, and so she goes, we have to, do this. And I said, ma'am, you don't. And she's like, look, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've seen everything. Please don't get embarrassed. Just lower your boxer briefs. And ladies, I lowered my boxer briefs, and I knew we were in trouble when I heard just two words was, oh my. Because look, I got like a damn hibiscus bush. And she's trying to figure out how she's gonna trim this, and she's turning into supercuts, and she got a damn drawer open, and she's throwing scissors and clippers that'll clog up. This will take too long. What are we gonna do? She's on the phone to maintenance, and then the next thing you know, I got a Toro weed whacker just taking me right out. And yes, you solve these problems as you go, and you have to learn how to laugh at these problems as you go along. And as COVID ended and we got back into traveling again, here's the deal. We can do vaccines, AI, we got satellites that can see everybody, but yet we cannot change airport security. So, right, I fly in and out of the Sarasota, Bradenton International Airport, truck stop, and laundromat. And those of you that are booing me on that, there are two gates, gate 1 and gate B. I mean, so I go through first of all, you get through the ID thing, it's all modern technical, but then the TSA lady's right in my, sir, you have to take your shoes off. I'm like, look at me, lady. You gonna make me bend over in public? I'll miss my flight. I mean, there's not enough oxygen down there for me to stay there that long. I'll offer it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, you ever seen a fat terrorist put a bomb in his shoes? So the main part of the story is you strip the rest of your stuff off, right? You put it into a kitty litter box. Tell me where I'm lying here. It's a damn kitty litter box. That's right. Then your carry-on luggage, and they send you to that scanning machine. You know what I'm talking about? Looks like a giant shower stall. I'm waiting for the money to start blowing up at any moment. And honest to goodness, there is a sign on that machine that reads, the TSA technician cannot see your private area. And I said, well, hell, I can't see my private area. That's the only reason I was taking this option, to get a clear picture. I've just been groomed. I'd like to see what it looks like. If you could put it in HD or enhance it a little bit, I'd appreciate it. And if you do not take the scanner option, they send you to what is called an enhanced pat-down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you I don't get along with TSA too good, but patting down, they are experts. Experts, because I have been married for 39 years and I have not been touched like that in 40 years. And honest to goodness, there is another sign on that side that reads, if the line is excessively long, you may consent to an opposite sex search. And I said, well, hell, even if the line is not long, yeah, you're damn straight. Give me any woman you got or the best looking guy, you know? And this lady was an expert. And big people, I'm just talking to big people, you know we got a lot of crevices that some of y'all don't have. And this lady was in. I mean, she was damn in, ma'am. She found stuff I had lost. Out this side popped the DVD remote. I ain't seen that in months. And then she got down to Big Jim and the twins. And I was like, well, ma'am, that was once a weapon, but ain't been fired off in a long time. And she's like, that's okay, you're definitely under 3 ounces. So you probably ask, what brings you, you Southern guy, you're in Florida, you shouldn't be here. What brings you down here? Well, my mama is 87 years old. She retired and she moved to Florida, she moved to the north, right? I mean, Florida is not a damn southern state. I mean, there's a little patch between Ocala and Gainesville, and that's about it. But she lives just south of St. Pete, Tampa, and you guys get picked on for being old people. There are some old damn people. I mean, they should call that the petrified forest. I mean, come on. I told one lady to act her age and she died. I mean, that is the only place where Miracle Ear has a superstore. I mean, okay, you didn't like that one back there? You're gonna hate this one coming. It's the only place where Bed Bath & Beyond sells Ernst. So, those of you, you aren't even getting the damn joke. Why do they call it Beyond? Thank you. I love the name of the company that sells the urns. It's Cremation. Think outside the box. Now, see, I know some of you won't laugh at this part of the show because here's where we divide. You're in one of two categories. You either have older parents or you are the older parent. And those of you that are older, you know doggone well you're going to have that discussion with your kids. And my mama's got a great sense of humor, but she's got a real attitude about it. She's an old Northern Christian woman and from North Georgia, and she's like, I know where I'm going when I die. I want you spending no money. If you're going to spend money on me, spend money on me now. That's all there is to it. So when I die, I know I'm going to get a discount. I got a coupon. Yeah, act by Friday, get a 2-urn upgrade. Ma'am, thank God it wasn't a BOGO. But no, she goes, I want you to go the cheapest route possible. And I just read where Costco is doing cremations. You can just take me to Costco. Now, here's where I'll break character a little bit and tell you from behind the scenes, it is taboo to my other comedians. You're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes. But I still hear my mama's voice going, you can just take me to Costco. And I'm like, Mama, I am not driving your dead body to Costco and dropping you off. And besides, you know they do it in volume. You'd have to wait for 25 other people to die. And you still have to bring your own box. They just wheel the ashes out on a pallet going, all right, here you go. You know, we got really good pizza here, you know. But see, you got to have a sense of humor about it. That's all there is to it. My mama, she doesn't live in Hillsborough County Uncorporated. She lives in one of those old people cities. No, it is not the Villages. She lives in a place called Sun City. Yeah, they don't have an ATM machine. They use an abacus. I got a ticket from the old people police for eating dinner after 4:30. And can I be a little forward with you guys? It even has an old people gentleman's club. Yes, an old people strip club. Yep. Well, I didn't build it. I'm just reporting it. That's all I'm doing. It's called Bags and Sags. What? Yes, I looked inside. Yes, I did. I'm a guy. We don't care how old the boobies are, just as long as they're boobies. And it had a pole, like a regular strip club, but the women were on scooters. It looked like NASCAR there. Even the pole had a chairlift on it. Yeah, you didn't get a lap dance, you got a hover round. You can have a sense of, you're acting like, old people don't think about that stuff. We know how much penicillin is shipped to the Villages. They do think about that stuff. Okay? All right? Stick around for the loofahs and the upside down pineapples for after the show. Some of you know what I'm talking about. All right. No, but my daddy has passed, and my mama's on those meetup websites. She's on like Medicare Mingle. And her boyfriend, no lie, she got a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is 91 years old. Yep, 91. His name is Dewey. Dewey. And I think Mama and Dewey are doing it. I do. But I just don't want to know about it, right? And here is where I say, your parents become your teenagers. All right? Right? You ask them questions and then they talk little shades of lies and right? Just like teenagers talk. And I said, Mama, I'm coming to visit. How's it going with you and Dewey? And she's just like, it's just so hot and passionate. I'm just, I don't want to know this, Mama. She goes, no, you don't understand. He likes a lot of foreplay. I said, he is 91 years old. He needs 3 months of foreplay and a barrel of pills, you know? And she goes, no, you don't get it. When you come to visit, Dewey wants you to drive me to Victoria's Secret. Right, and I'm like, Mama, do not get anything in leather. We can't tell the difference. But I am just trying to help. Mama, if I want to help you in your sex life, I'll drive you to Home Depot to get new hand railings for the bed, you know? And she goes, no, you don't get it. When he wants me to go to Victoria's Secret, and I'm just like, all right, Mama, what does he want you to get? She goes, stiletto heels and fishnet stockings. And I said, Mama, you've been on granny shoes for damn 40 years. There's no way you can stand up on stiletto heels. And she goes, they ain't for standing. And I'm like, yeah, mama, we don't have to do the fishnet stockings. You got varicose veins. I mean, I'm just trying to help see, it makes you think about things you don't want to think about. Like, what does old people foreplay sound like? It'd be like, hey, baby, want to see my reverse mortgage? I can imagine Dewey going, moan in my good ear. Moan in my good ear. I'm sorry, you guys. I just don't want to walk in and see him and going, who's your beneficiary? Who's your beneficiary? So I will leave you with two very quick real life stories, because that's what comedy is. It is about real life. So first one is the fact that when you become 60, you find out you're the same, getting the same stuff as your mama, but we get into all these drug commercials now, right? And tell me this isn't true. Young or old, you watch those damn drug commercials, the side effects of the drug is worse than the cure of the drug itself. Yeah, the psoriasis commercial says may cause suicidal thoughts, high fever, gout. I'm like, shit, I'll just itch. You know, I don't mind. But my favorite is the one, because I'm a big guy, because everybody says, oh, you're going to lose weight that way, is that Ozempic, right? Those, yeah, I know. Right, and I do not have diabetes, so I have to pay full price. It's $1,200 a month for Ozempic if don't have diabetes. And I'm like, and then the side effects. You may feel bloated, right? You may have diarrhea, and you may have an upset stomach. And I said, for less than $20, I can go to Golden Corral Buffet. And knock out every one of those with no problem. So as I do leave you, you know, like I said, the real stories, and I have the pleasure of working with one of the other comics that you're going to see tonight out on cruise ships, and he can back you up that the greatest thing isn't what happens on our stage on the ship. It's either getting there or being on the ship. My all-time favorite story, I'm flying out of Atlanta, going to meet the ship in Belize. A guy gets on the plane. He has a prosthetic arm. Now, that's no big deal. But about 10 minutes into the flight, the man takes his arm off and he sets it in the vacant seat next to him. He goes to sleep. We hit turbulence. We're buckled in. His arm is not. Now the plane hits this big old air pocket and the arm goes flying off the seat and it's like waving at us as it's going by. I've never had that happen before, so I just wave right back at it. I don't know what to do, you know? And then the man wakes up and now he's like, who's got my arm? You know? Like we would do something like that. Like we all sat around and went, hey, look, he's asleep. Let's hide his arm somewhere. Of course not, of course not. But the flight attendant, who is now going crazy, jumps out of her seat, runs to the back of the plane, grabs the arm, goes up to the man and says, is this yours? Like there's a big old pile of arms in the back of the plane. Like they're back there going, man, they're leaving arms on every flight. Can you believe that? Look at that. Somebody left a leg. There's a pancreas. Who left a pancreas? I am not trying to be mean here. Please don't take it that way. In fact, the man had a funnier line than I could ever think of. The flight attendant really did come up and go, is this yours? And he went, no, I'm a lefty. So I wouldn't give it justice if I didn't tell you the whole story. I love people that live that way. You take every bad thing, you turn it into something that has got humor. So I had to go up, I met the man, I did, I went up, I sat down next to him, I moved his arm. You don't want a fat guy sitting on your arm. I asked him, could I say this on stage? He says yes, and proceeds to give me other jokes to tell. Now, these are his jokes, they're not mine, but I love this one. He goes, Al, I could not have gotten on the plane without my arm attached. That would have been illegal. That would have been carrying a sidearm. I liked that one, and had his arm been stolen, it would have been armed robbery. But anyway, that one's mine. Folks, I love you to death. Thank you for having me on this stage. Had a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Ernst.